Welcome back to another day on the Lorcana pixelborn client. Today, we're playing the Purple People Eater deck that stars Madam Mim Purple Dragon. This is a deck that loves to bounce and gain advantage through bouncing. With cards like Madam Mim Snake, Fox, and Purple Dragon, we can manipulate our board for maximum control. We're running 4 copies of Olaf Friendly Snowman and 4 copies of Flynn Rider Confident Vagabond, just so we can have very early bounce targets to get Madam Mim Snake and Fox online. They do require bounce targets, so these cheap 1-drops are perfect for that. However, not every game demands quick Mims, so we're also running 4 copies of Maleficent Sorceress, who draws us cards and has a perfect target to be bounced, so we can play her again. Along with 4 copies of Merlin Goat, who will gain us a ton of lore just by being bounced repeatedly. Yzma, Scary Beyond All Reason, is another of our awesome bounce targets. She acts as targeted removal when we need it, or card draw when the time is right. We also can get pretty aggressive with this deck with Elsa Gloves Off to control the board with her impressive 6 strength on attacks, and ability to let us shift Elsa Spirit of Winter on turn 6. But where we really pop off are with Gruesome and Grim and Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo cards. We can use both of these to get powerful surprise attacks or huge lore gains out of nowhere. One of my favorite plays is to Gruesome a Merlin Goat out, have it banish another character, then Bibbidi it back to our hand and back out again onto the field. That nets us 3 lore, a defeated character, and we don't need to sacrifice the goat to Gruesome at the end of the turn because it's not recognized as the same character. But that's the deck. Let's jump in and see if we can't win a few. Ooh, that's definitely going to be an aggro deck. Get to go first against aggro though, that's nice. Can I get a 1-drop? No, I can't. Alright, can I get a 1-drop? I really like Ray though, Ray's so good. And I might need it in this particular game. No 1-drops. Gross. That's the last thing I wanted from I guess an aggro deck, is to not have a turn 1 play. Maurice cares about items. That's a popsicle. Could just be an aggro deck with the draw engine. Where were you? Alright, second Pete, you're too expensive. Let's develop a Cruella. Tamatoa, another card that cares about items. So a Sapphire Emerald item deck. Surely it's still got to be aggro. Okay, probably want to hold on to Yzma. Alright, we're going to ink. We're going to quest. We'll play the Olaf. We'll bounce the Olaf back to hand. It'll be ink for a future turn. Now I got a decent attacker in play. I can't race Flynn. In fact, they're going to have a lot of stuff I can't exactly race. So we're going to want to attack them down. Here comes the ramp. We're going to start seeing Cusco's. Cusco's probably made a comeback at this point too. Everything's starting to come full circle. I mean, technically I'm still winning this race if they're not going to develop. Let's see, we play Fox, ink Cruella, develop Olaf. Part of our deck wants to have things in play to either be bounced or to sacrifice to Yzma for card draw. So I want to make sure I sometimes have this stuff available. I could still attack, then I have to discard probably an Yzma. And I think I'm going to need an Yzma here in a moment. So we'll wait off on that. Next turn's probably looking like Singing Friends with Fox, inking, and playing Ray. I need something that's going to be able to compete with whatever my opponent's bombshell of a stuff's about to come down. There's a Bippity. We're going to start by singing. Ooh, and there's a Dagon too. I do like the Dagon. Opponent does have targeted removal with Hades and Let It Go. Need to ink something though. Could see the Let It Go on Ray. If I'm gonna ink, I have to ink the goat. It's a little unfortunate. Perhaps the dragon is just not the way to go. Alright, we're gonna see the Let It Go. There's a Cogsworth. So now we're both questing for 6. Another Dagon. Another Dagon! Alright, I think it's pretty easy here. Could take out the Noe pretty easily. Slow them down. Do I ink a Dagon? I mean, I'm probably inking a Dagon here. And I'm probably not playing an Yzma just yet. I'm going to save it for something that's heavy hitting. Might end up playing it next turn though if they don't actually have anything. There's still a turn away at least from Tamatoa. Unless they have a way to draw another card here without spending a card. Maurice! He does a thing, right? Whenever you quest, pay less for the next item, and whenever you play an item, draw a card. Okay. How much does he quest for? 2. Could let my opponent draw a ton of cards. See, I go to 18. Do we have it with Bibbidi? Probably not. I do have it with Bibbidi, don't I? Else to go back to hand, replay goat, 20 points. I'm giving away a booster box at the end of the month. Well, technically the first of the month, February 4th. Giving this guy away. All you gotta do is be a subscriber and a member of the Discord. Make sure you select the Lorcana tag. Your name will turn green. That way you'll be in the raffle for that. But I'm also doing the Patreon private raffle for $25 a month. Prizes are a lot bigger, a lot more grand. You should be seeing them across the screen right now. A whole bunch of stuff. I got a really cool little store filled with a bunch of cool Disney things. So the prizes are going to change every single month. But what I'd really like to do is keep some things going, such as the booster box. That seems like a really cool one. Maybe multiple booster box for the private raffle. Depending on how many we get for that, the bigger and grander the prize is going to be. The grand prize, February 4th, will be the Enchanted Tinkerbell. This is a gorgeous card, which we pulled on the channel recently, so you guys saw this come fresh out of a pack. Super cool card. That is the grand prize. Special note, if you join the day of the raffle, you will not be counted. That's largely to stop scammers and stuff. So, yeah, let's jump back into the games. Lemon Lime. It's always a fun matchup. Going second. Well, let's hope it's not the aggressive Lemon Lime. Or is this that green Fossa deck? Got 2 Elsas to go with Elsa. Can't afford to keep them. Send you back. Do I keep 1 Elsa? I might keep 1 Elsa here. Just because I have the potential turn 6 shift. Okay. I got an aggressive hand for an aggro deck if they're going to be on the aggro plan. Cares about healing. Interesting. And a queen. Alright, opponent doesn't necessarily know we're Emerald. So I'll hide the Pete, but Pete will likely get inked pretty quickly. Question is, do I turn 2 Snake down? Because it does mean I'm not effectively turn 3ing Fox without losing Snake. Or well, without bouncing Snake back. Bodyguard. Alright, I think we are going Snake. Bodyguard does make me feel like that they are going to be aggressive. So I'd love for Snake to take down Simba and then Fox to come down and take out probably the Queen. If it's Big Queen, it's a trade. I think that's worth it still. Snow White. Is this the healing one? That's the healing one. Okay, so I don't know. They got a weird thing where they care about healing. Dinglehopper. Yeah, there's some healing strategy in here. Not sure what it is exactly, but there is a healing strategy. Alright, let's put Olaf back. Let's take out the bodyguard. Bounce back the Snake. Use the Fox. Pass the turn. I'm telling you, man, that Fox. If anything were to be banned, I think the Fox is a very strong contender. A lot of stuff cares about bouncing, and the Fox's does a ton of damage, does the bouncing. Yeah, and it comes down super early. What does Sneezy do? Oh, just reduces the attack by 1. Okay. It's good enough to make them survive against the Fox. Okay, I could do... Not technically 2 drops. I could also develop an Elsa here. I think Elsa wants to come down... Well, if Elsa comes down on 4, Ray on 5, Big Elsa on 6, that seems very strong. Maybe shouldn't have inked the Snake. Cruella was probably a better choice there. Yeah, your healing doesn't do much when I attack for 6, huh? Secretly, this Elsa's good. Alright, now they heal it and draw a card. Not bad. I suspect it's my turn now. Yeah, it attacks for 6. You better not. I mean, pretty easy. Alright, let's develop Ray. Let's get in this game and be hyper competitive. It's time to gain all of the lore. Draw another card. Draw another card. They has their own Ray. It's fine, we're gonna get way ahead here. If they quest with Rapunzel, I likely wouldn't play my Big Elsa. Just saying. Alright. Shift. Quest. Pass turn. I'm gonna go ahead and get another 6 lore. What do you got, opponent? Cusco. Opponent's starting to get aggressive too. Huh. What a top deck. I'll take it. I'll just go ahead and get way ahead here. I don't think I'm inking. I think I'm keeping all of my stuff. I do have lethal, so they have to trade the Ray. But then I gain 6, go to 19, play the goat and win. Alright, opponent, you gotta get rid of multiple characters. One of them's easy. Ray for Ray. Look at that though, opponent was pretty aggressive. Hard to tell with a name like this, I wasn't paying attention. This could be the same guy as last game. Could be. Alright, let's see. It's not nearly aggressive enough. Fox is good. Let's send back all of these. Need a lower curve. Come on, Olaf. Come on, Flynn. There's an Olaf. Hey, there's a Flynn. And a Snack. Good. I can be aggro. I am going second, so that's pretty big. It's a big deal. But now I know that they're going to run Ray if it's the same opponent, so I need my evasives. Need a big purple dragon. I might need Pete. Not that we'll get Pete's ability to activate, but being able to quest for 2. Bye-bye, Flynn. Hello, Olaf. So an evasive Peter Pan and a big queen. Stitch in play. Simba. All tracking. I'm gonna quest. My characters are just a little bit more important right now. Last turn. Very similar to our previous game against these colors. Instead of a Stitch, though, they had a queen. So I got a little bit more time before a shift threat with the Stitch. If it is the same opponent, they should know that, yeah, I could attack and then bounce and attack again. Ink and draw cards, I think. Would really love to develop my board, but I honestly don't get to develop my board with the bounce. Okay, well, I got an Elsa for next turn. Elsa's huge. We're gonna see a big Stitch now? Yes, we are. Well, we get a totally gruesome and grim that. Elsa's not the card we want to hit with that, but I'll totally take it down. Alright, annihilate this. Let's get an Elsa and take down this Stitch. We lose the Elsa thanks to the gruesome and grim. But, took care of a Stitch. Opponent is almost in top deck mode at this point. Let's see if they can recover. They do get to play their Cuscos and Rays first. There's the Cusco. So I need something that can beat that up, and it's only... well, I got a Fox. Which means I need something down in play, and it's probably a Ray. Or do I want to build up towards the dragon? How can I manipulate this bippity-boppity-boo? If I just straight up attack Doc, I lose Madam Mim Snake. Or I can quest, play Fox, but then I'm not playing a nice big threat. But Fox does threaten to take out the Cusco as well, so it might not quest. Alright, I think this is the way we gotta do it. We are behind on lore by quite a bit, so opponent may just simply race. Could have inked something else and played the snake, but I think having the Fox down is good. Don't be surprised if they play a bodyguard or just like a Ray. Mufasa. Okay, it's a green Fasa deck. We do take down the Cusco. These bippities aren't doing me as much as I want them to. We are way behind. Could be that point where I want to develop Elsa just to safely take down the Mufasa, and then ideally whatever comes after it. I think racing is not where I want to be. We are way too far behind. I need to be the aggressor. Ink the Stitch, grabbed a Hades, probably grabbing Cusco back. Just because it's annoying to deal with. Got a big Stitch back. That's fair. Here's the quest. There's so many things that they can whiff with. Oof. If only that was in my hand last turn. Alright, let's hope it's nothing devastating. Okay, nothing devastating. But it does trade with the Elsa, unfortunately. Can't sing, can't play the dragon. I'm not going to be able to play the dragon, if I'm being honest. Such a good card. Not going to be able to play this dragon. It's just not going to happen. Oof, we are so far behind on lore. Opponent is successfully racing for it. Don't trade your Hades. Okay, trade your Hades. Unless you just top deck the queen. I guess that'd be pretty funny. Everything on that Stitch. I need actual playables. Oh my goodness! Come on, deck! And that's the game. That was the worst possible draw I could have gotten. I can't even think of a thing in my deck that helps us here now. I really needed something. Because even if I get an Elsa to buy us a turn, I can't even cast it. I mean, at the very least, she could have been inkable. My goodness. Let's get the goat down. The goat can attack. Is it enough? It would trade with the Stitch, which is not what I want. Let's see. I got another Gruesome and Grim. Can't do anything about it though. Can I? Is there a way out of this? See, Ray takes down Queen. Goat doesn't take down Stitch exactly, and then it dies, so I can't attack with him yet. I need Ray to go in first. Goat to take down the Queen. And then I'd Bippity the Merlin, but then he can't attack. Oh, it's just not there. It's just not there. And I can't do anything with... I could attack with him, so I may as well attack with him. Can't attack. The Bippity does cancel it. Dang, 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 dang. Makes sense, though. It cancels the other half. Oh, that Gruesome and Grim was just the worst draw I could have gotten. Brutal. Alright. Amber Steel. And I get to go first. Fantastic. Got a goat with a Gruesome. Oh, let's see. Is there a way... I could turn for the goat with a Gruesome, take something out, Bippity the goat, so that's probably pretty good. However, it's very slow building up to it, and these two likely are looking like ink. Let's give it a whirl. Let's just see. I like the little combo with goat. There goes a Hercules. They said greetings, and I contemplating saying thanks. Alright, Cruella's not bad. I could still technically do the Fox. And the Fox can still potentially sing. Gotta be careful though, they do boast removal. I think we're just gonna develop a Maleficent here. Pass turn. Cruella's tempo, it's not removal, so that's something to keep in mind. So it doesn't deal with Prince Eric, it just temporarily stalls it. There's the swords, so they can sing that next turn. Alright, so if I want, I can get the goat down. Have it take out Prince Eric, then Bippity Boppity it, giving it back full health. Let's do it. We'll pay for this one. Take out that Prince Eric. And we'll sing the Bippity on the goat to heal him. Replay the goat. And I will quest. Ariel will likely attack now. Ariel attacks and then they can't play the swords. Only way swords comes down is if Ariel sings it. And that only takes out a Maleficent. If they don't deal with Maleficent, I'm definitely going to bounce it with the Fox. Gaston! 2 Singer 5 characters. Alright, we might see multiple swords from our opponent. Oh, a whole new world. Actually, that's fine. I actually got more value out of that than my opponent. Cinderella, Cinderella. Alright, what can I do here? I got a Gruesome and Grim, so I could play a thing. However, the only thing that's going to do a thing is the Fox, and it already has a quick attack on it. I think I sing with this to draw some more cards. Another Gruesome and Grim. Play the Fox, bounce the Maleficent. They don't have a Swords anymore. They could have another one, but for all intents and purposes, they don't technically have one right now. They could have Cinderella and then can sing. I think we're questing. Pass turn. Yeah, opponent's got a lot of potential options here. Such a good deck. Amber Steel. So flexible. There's a ton of options, especially when you get your Ariel and your Gaston down so quickly. Okay, not a big Cindy. Alright, we're gonna see a Swords. If not, we'll definitely see the card they just drew to take out Madam Mim. Oh, they're gonna sing it with Gaston. Interesting. There goes the Fox as predicted. If I were to Yzma shifted Hercules, would they get to draw 4 cards? Or is it still 2? We may find out. I don't have a way to return Goat to hand yet. If I was going to find out, I'd have to sing with him. Not quite, okay. There's a Ray, though. Ray's pretty good for the race. Alright, I expect Ray to soak up a lot of targeted damage here. They could have Strength of a Raging Fire, in which case it's just 1 targeted removal. 3 singers in play, man. So many options. Big Cindy. And they can still sing. They don't need to sing for Cindy because all my stuff's tapped. And she can't exactly attack Ray. We got a Swords. Whole new world. Okay. They can still sing. That's 3 whole new worlds gone. Goat down. Oh, just an attack. Okay. Didn't deal with Ray. It's good news for me. I think we're just questing here. Alright. It's not going to be possible to bounce Ray and replay him. And get the other down. Just for clarity's sake. And get the other one down. Let's see. I could do Maleficent. And I could bounce Ray, replay Ray. Huh. Might be better to do the Goats, though. At this point, I think the Goats are just stronger. There's too much that could go wrong, right? If I bounce Ray and I replay Ray, and now they have the Strength of the Raging Fire, like Ray's just gone, and now I gotta spend another turn developing a second Ray. But with the Goats, they're guaranteed lore right now. I just got the 1. If it gets removed, that's another one. Brings me to 16. Got another Goat in hand that represents another 2. And I got a Bippity that represents another 2. So that's 6 lore. Well, 5 more, because I already got the 1 from the first Goat. And that's not counting any quests that I do. So I think opponent has to win the game this turn or they lose. Funny enough, I actually think, if I'm doing my math correct, I think we're there. Because if they don't deal with the Goat on board, he gets the quest, so I'm still getting that lore. And I got another 4 built in between the second Goat and the Bippity Boppity. There's Strength for the Ray. We did get a little lucky, honestly. I mean, this can go a lot crazier. Alright, there's the second lore from the Goat. Opponent could have much better draws, much worse draws. So it's kind of middling. So this feels about average. Our draws felt pretty decent thanks to the whole new world. If we're being completely transparent here, that whole new world is pretty stellar. Yeah, just get rid of Cinderella. Alright, play goat. Ink. Bounce goat. Replay goat. Quest, and that's game. Ooh, the mirror match. Okay. Purple People Leader, here we go. Okay. Do have a snack. Actually, there's a pretty good curve. The question is, what do I ink first? I think we're actually going to get rid of the goat, funny enough. Olaf. And then Olaf will quickly find himself becoming ink. Pascal. Alrighty then. Perfect. Olaf's for the inkwell. That's what we like to see. Let's get a Madam Mim Snake down. Pass turn. And there goes a fox. Flynn Rider. Okay, is opponent going to be aggressive then? They might be. Opponent doesn't necessarily know that we're on Emerald yet, so let's not tell them. Actually, I'm not upset if they want to trade this for a fox, so we're still going to quest. We got the perfect card to go with our goat. Maleficent. Alright, opponent's going to try to stay ahead of us. That is fine. Oh, and there's the goat. Oh, are we a goat gamer? I got lots of good stuff to go with the goat. Let's start here. That's not what I meant to do. It's fine. Give me something to discard. Let's see. This is more likely to trade. So let's get rid of Pete. I should have sang it. That was a misclick. Not a lot I can do about it now, unfortunately. Just gotta roll with the punches. So if I'm not mistaken, we can actually play the goat with the Gruesome and Grim. Attack something if we want to, and then bippity boppity boo, and it's a different character, and we should get to keep goat while netting like 2 or 3 lore off of him. We'll see if opponent wants to make a trade here. Either get rid of that Pascal or trade the Maleficents. Though I have a feeling they're going to want to sing with Maleficent like we meant to sing. Quest. Alright, we're going to see a fox. Bounce a Maleficent. And are we going to get the trade, or are they going to take down Maleficent? I imagine they're going to take down the Maleficent. That's the better play. Because Madam Mim then represents multiple characters that it's trading for. There it is. And there's the brutal timer. Okay. Well, you are a song. I can't sing you guys, though. I don't have a 3-drop, so I'm going to need something pretty tanky to come down. I think we're trading Madam Mim no matter what. Playing Elsa, and a part of me says ink the Snake. Ooh. But the additional bounce target with the goat could be big. Let's ink the Elsa. Pass turn. Elsa's only questing for 1, so she's not a huge lore gainer, but she has a shift target. If we can manage to find Big Elsa. Ooh, evasives. Gonna need to do something about that. I'm not sure what we're gonna do about it, but we need to do something about it. Another goat. Alright, so we play Gruesome and Grim. Gives us the rush, but the rush doesn't do anything, unfortunately. So I think we just play a goat. And now we'll ink the Snick. Gotta try to get up to at least enough lore here where we can hard cast our big stuff if we need to. Such as Madam Mim Purple Dragon. This isn't a great race for us, though. There's the goat. And we're gonna struggle with the race here. And the evasive. The fact we can't interact with the evasive is huge. I need a ray. That's not a ray! Or an Elsa. An Elsa would be pretty big too. Alright, so we just cast this. We just cast both, right? Get the goat down. Trigger his ability. Quest. Quest. Bippity boppity boo the goat. Replay the goat. And now we shouldn't have to sacrifice him. So we're going to find out. Hey, look at that. So we did find a way around it. But we're still losing this race pretty bad. And now we're top decking. Not great. The evasive characters made it difficult. Because normally we'd be attacking and keeping their board clear. I like to see that the different abilities are like, they're actually rotating through at least. Like evasive was kind of off the radar for a long time, but now it seems to be fairly common again. So the curve was good, but the top decks weren't. Not a lot we could do about it. A little bit of a misplay not singing our friends. Did put us a turn behind. Bippedying their own goat. Did they quest with it first? I wasn't paying attention. Here comes the goat. Yeah, rough spot. I need Elsa off the top. Ooh, spellbook. Ugh. Oh, that's cool. It's not gonna let us win the game, but it's cool. Quest, quest, quest. I got the purple dragon. We'll return both the goats. Oh, man. I didn't know Mim had evasive. I should have known that. And then pass turn. And now opponent is won. Give him the old well played. Fun game. Not the best top decks, if I'm being honest, but still fun. Nothing beats a Madam Mim bouncing 2 goats. Okay. We're probably gonna lose this game because most decks just lose to Amethyst Ruby. Most decks, not all of them. Let's see. I do got a turn 1 play. Don't need duplicates of everything though. And Yzma's just a little expensive. Well, we got a dragon. Talking about expensive, that's pretty expensive. There goes a Snick. Into a Minnie Mouse. Alright. Peter, we're going to get rid of you. Ahaha! I can also play a 1-3 on turn 1. Was that a teeth? That was a teeth. Alright, don't need 2 of you. Alright, we're likely going to see a fox. So let's not give it to him. Gotta care about tempo in this game. They get a fox. We lose an Olaf. Their fox represents taking something else out. I would rather get my fox down, take out their character, and have my fox represent taking 2 things out. Alright, it's not going to take 2 things out. That gives me a turn 3 Maleficent. Let's quest here. And let's get a Maleficent down. Ooh, Bippity, not so bad. I think a Friends would have been slightly better there. Alright, Cruella is banished. Now I'll return the fox back to their hand. Minnie Mouse, ink something, replay fox. Oh, a teeth. That's fine. Didn't have the card I wanted for Maleficent to sing anyway, so I'm largely okay with that. Ooh, starting to get some expensive cards in hand. Alright, we're gonna sing. We're gonna develop Madam Mim. Return Olaf. The question is, do we replay Olaf or do we hold it for ink? I think I'm gonna hold it for ink. Quest, and now they get a fox back down. Ooh. I've talked about this in a previous video. Something needs to be banned from the bounce. And I think it might be the fox that genuinely needs to go. And I'm okay with trading foxes. Could see a Maui here, though. Not going to, okay. Yeah, of all the bounce stuff, I think the most broken one is the fox. 4 power on a rush body on turn 3. And there's a lot of things that care about bouncing. Like, it's just so strong. I think that's pretty safe. And I'm probably going to go for the goat. Still need to ink, though. Gotta be careful with the board wipe. It's a couple of turns away. Let's see. They go to 6. I play a second goat. They go to 7. They board wipe. Does this have to be the same cost? Play another character the same cost or less. I may Bippity Ray back to my hand. Get a second goat down. Just to fight the board wipe. Got the trade. Largely okay with that. Yeah, Ray is very annoying for them. So I am going to Bippity it back to my hand. Bippity. Boppity. Boo! And if they don't want a board wipe, I will gladly Madam Mim both goats back to my hand. I'm expecting the board wipe, though. All quests. There's the board wipe. Can't just play Ray. Because of Lady Tremaine. Okay. Let's see if they got a second board wipe. They probably do. I mean, it's Ruby Amethyst. No deck top decks like Ruby Amethyst. They may have started the turn without it be prepared, but they definitely drew it if they didn't have it. Like, guaranteed. And I can't play Madam Mim. Oh, and I can't even Gruesome and Grim. Can't even play my hand. Alright. This is where the game ends. I'm telling you, they need to fix the ladder so it's a real ladder. I'm way higher ranked than I should be. I regularly get my butt kicked here. I luckily climbed up into gold, and gold is too high for me. Oh, I actively can't play anything. I just cannot play this game. That's too bad.